Hello, this is Elaine from Antelope Beads, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do a basic square knot macrame bracelet. We actually do have another video that shows how to do a macrame bracelet with a slider clasp. On this one we're going to show you how to use a loop and a button. As you can see, there's lots of different ways to vary this bracelet. On this particular one, our knots are actually going up and down, and the bracelet, the beads will lay to the side. We have one with some sea glass beads and some kazuri beads and some wood beads, so there's just lots of different variables. And regardless of what design we use, there are only 4 components. First of all, we have some beads, and in this project I'm going to use a combination of some silver spacers and some sea glass beads. We have an inside cord, and I need about 1 foot of that. And the key here is that the cord is small enough to go through the beads, and I won't have a problem with that. I have an outside cord, and this I'm going to use about 3 or 4 feet of to do the knotting. And lastly, I have a button. So let's get started. I'm going to use the Knotty Do board with. I'll take my outside cord, the one I'm going to knot with. I'll fold it in half, and I will find the middle point. And to form my little loop for the button, I'll take my inside cord. I'm using a wax nylon cord, and I'll just hold this right up against the loop. I'm going to make an overhand knot with both the loop and the wax cord. And I will just make sure that the loop is big enough for the button, but not too loose so it doesn't come apart on me. Go ahead and tighten that knot out. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just finish this tail at the end when I do my other finishing. So to knot, I will start by putting my loop into the clip on the Knotty Do board, and this will allow me to kind of measure the length of my bracelet as I go along. And I'm just going to start by doing a couple of square knots. Okay. So to do that, I'll take one side and go over the center cord. The other side goes over that cord, under the center cord, and through the loop. Now I'm going to reverse the direction of that knot to finish this square knot. So I started with the right first, so I'll take the left-hand side, go over the center cord, over the first cord, and under the center cord, and through, and I'll have a square knot. Okay. So now I'm going to start to add some beads. I'm going to use a sequence of some silver spacers, sea glass, and another silver spacer. And I'll go ahead and put those on. Then I'm going to continue my knotting. Now, it's easy to forget which side you ended with. So if I look right here, I can see a loop going over this cord on this side, and it's kind of facing down. So if it's facing down, it needs to come up. So we will put this one over, bring that one up and over, and then this one over, under, and through. And then I will take the other side that's now facing down and bring that one up and over, under, and through. Now there is an alternate way to use this board, and some people find this a little bit easier. I can string all my beads on the center cord to start with, and then I can take a second peg at the end of my bracelet, where the end of my bracelet is going to be, and I can clip that side right in here. I have all my beads on here to start with. I might have to add some or take some off, but that's okay. And then I'll just continue knotting. So there's two different ways to use this board. Continued knotting all the way down my bracelet right up to the last set of beads, and I'm going to go ahead and complete that last knot. Okay. Now I'm ready to finish the bracelet. So I'm going to go ahead and take my bracelet out of the loops. Okay. And I'm going to tie, I started with an overhand knot, so I'm going to finish the same way. I'm going to start an overhand knot. Okay, but I'm not going to tighten it quite yet. I'm going to get it pretty well positioned down to my last square knot there. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up my button, put the shank through one side of the leather, and then I'm going to tuck it. I'll turn this around so we can see that a little bit better. I'm going to tuck it right into that knot I just tied. So I've got a little loop right there. Okay, I want to leave a little bit of space there just because, again, it helps my button lock into the loop on the other side. And I'm going to go ahead and just take a couple minutes and tighten this. It takes a little bit of time just to make sure everything is uniformly snug, and I'll take turns pulling the two different sides of the knot. And that looks pretty good. And now I'm ready to finish. I'll move the board. I have my super new glue. I have my lighter to melt the nylon cord with. On the first side, all I really have to do is melt the cord. So I will trim that cord to about 3/16 of an inch. And I'll take a lighter and hold all the leather out of the way so that doesn't get burned. And just melt that cord, and I'll just sort of tap it into place. And it doesn't hurt, don't have to do this, but it doesn't hurt to just put a little tiny drop of glue there. Okay. For the other side with the button, I've got leather and I've got the wax nylon cord. So I'll start with the wax nylon cord. Again, I'll trim that to about 3/16 of an inch. And I will melt it. Just pat that in. And then I will take my two pieces of leather and I'll trim them pretty flush to the knot. And then on both sides, where I've trimmed the leather, I'm going to make sure to just put a drop of glue on that. And I've finished my square knot macrame bracelet. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please see our website, antelopebeads.com, to look at the written instructions for this project, as well as information on many other projects. Thanks for watching.